the new outfit I ordered online. What the... Hi, I'd like to lodge a complaint. I ordered a sequin ball gown and you sent me a toilet brush. It looks used. Okay, so that is a bit of an exaggeration, but we've all been in that kind of situation when ordering online. And if you're anything like me and you're too lazy to send back any items to try and get a refund, then you just kind of deal with it and have it in the cupboard for 2 years doing absolutely nothing. There's a joke in there about coming out of the closet, I'm sure of it. So how do we deal with this? We go shopping! I need some water after that killed my throat. Oh. And when I say shopping, I mean proper shopping. I wrote an article about this on my blog quite a while ago, and for those of you who are interested to read it, there's a link in the description below. But I thought it might be time to touch up on this subject, especially since I didn't cover everything the first time around. And much like my mini-series on how I got into cross-dressing, I'm going to split this video into 3 parts as well. This one will focus on just buying the clothes, and the next ones will focus on buying makeup and shoes. Now, I've chosen to do the video on clothes first because out of clothes, makeup and shoes, I find it to be the easiest one, and I have 3 golden techniques which will make clothes shopping either a lot easier or a lot more comfortable for you. I do have my own personal preference, of course. However, I do want to emphasise that it's best to pick whichever technique that you feel most comfortable with, even if that is still shopping online. Got that? Brilliant, let's start. I like to call my first technique, help, I'm a man and I don't know what I'm doing. This technique is without a doubt the easiest, and there's a good chance that you're probably doing it already, but I'm going to include it anyway. And here's how it works. Step 1, you go shopping, alone. Trust me on this. Step 2, have a little browse and find something that you like. Step 3, find it in your size. Step 4, take it to the checkout. And for the last step, you buy it. Sounds ridiculously easy, right? Like, this is what we do anyway when we go shopping. But there can be some unexpected problems. Some things that you may not really want to deal with while you're out shopping for dresses and skirts. It doesn't matter what shop you go in, they'll have sales assistants, and sales assistants are trained to approach customers to help them out with anything they might need. And if you're a guy browsing for women's clothes, you're quite an easy target. And this is why I only recommend this technique to people who are quite good at thinking on their feet. Because if you're comfortable enough with lying through a situation like this, you can simply say it's for your girlfriend, or your sister, your mother, your aunt, someone female, it really doesn't matter. This is also why you want to go alone, because this really helps drive the impression of, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's exactly what you want the sales assistant to think. Now, this technique works really well for what I like to call the intermediate crossdresser. The kind of crossdresser who knows what style and colour works on them and what size they'll need. But it's not ideal if you need time to browse, and it's certainly not ideal if you're not comfortable with talking to sales assistants. But that brings us nicely into technique number 2, which I like to call, I'm just an errand boy. This technique does take a little bit longer and does also require a bit of extra preparation. However, if you need help putting an outfit together, but you're not comfortable about telling complete strangers that the outfit is for you, then it works really well. So, here's what you're going to do. Go shopping, doesn't matter if you're alone or not this time. Take a picture of anything you like, and the tag on it as well with the size and the price. Once you've taken pictures of everything you like, just leave. Seriously, just leave. And after some time, you're going to go back. Now, this doesn't matter if it's 6 hours, a day, a week, just don't leave it too long because shops do regularly change their stock. And this time, you're not going to go to the clothes, you're going to go find a sales assistant. And you're going to tell them you need to find some items. Now, they're probably going to ask you what items in particular, but look, you've got pictures of them on your phone. Oh, but how do you know what size you need for her? Oh, pictures of the tags as well. Brilliant. Now, I found this technique to be really good when you want to have a browse, which is the first time you go, but also if you want to get advice on what to buy, which you can do the second time you go. For a start, the sales assistant will simply assume that you've been sent on an errand by partner, mother, sister, female person again. So any suspicion that you were going to wear these clothes has flown right out the window. And you can also use this to get some advice on some outfits that you want to put together. Say you found a top you like, but you don't know what you could wear it with. Ask the sales assistant, because they're just going to assume you're buying these for the person who sent you the pictures in the first place. I know this technique takes a little bit longer and has more preparation, but it also means that you can get advice from a sales assistant and they still won't suspect that the only reason you're buying these is because you want to spend the entire weekend wearing skirts. Now, this final technique is not for the faint-hearted, but it's also my personal favourite, and I'm yet to have a bad experience using it. I've been at a point for a long while now where I can go shopping for women's clothes without really caring what people around me think. Now, if I ever need to find a dress in a different size or a different colour, I'm always happy to ask. And if in return someone asks me, "And who's this for then?" It's for me. Hi. And I'm not going shopping as Jessica either. I'm in full boy mode when I'm doing this. So chances are when you say it, the sales assistant probably will be a little bit taken back, which can be natural. But they're not shocked because you're wearing women's clothes. They're shocked because you've admitted it. If it makes you feel more comfortable, you can come up with some kind of reason as to why you might be wearing a dress or skirt or whatever it is you're buying. Things like stag do's or charity events or performances. Personally, I just tell them about Jessica. No one's kicked up a fuss so far, and it's probably because I've just been full on honest about it. Now, the reason I like this technique is very simple. They now know that I'm buying this stuff for myself, so I can get a decent opinion on whether it's going to work on my body, on my skin tone, whether this top and these bottoms will match. And as an added bonus, they might offer to let you use the fitting room so you can try it all on. Even if they don't offer it, you can still ask to use the fitting rooms, and I can't imagine any sales assistant that would say no. Now, this technique does take a bit of confidence, as you will be putting yourself out there. And like I said, it is my favourite technique, but I can understand if it's not for everyone. If you're confident enough, definitely give it a try, because it can work so well. But if not, you can always try technique 1 or 2, and you should be able to get similar results. The most important thing here is for you to feel comfortable in what you're doing. If you're trying out a technique, but you don't like it or you don't feel comfortable using it, switch over to another technique. And if none of them are working for you, shop online, because it's much better for you to be comfortable than uncomfortable about these things. Take it from a bloke that tucks that comfort is really important when it comes to cross-dressing. And that's all for this week. I really hope that some of the advice I've given this video has been helpful, and I would actually love to see any comments you have on them, or if you've tried them out and have any success stories. The next video in this little mini-series is going to be about how to buy makeup, which is a little bit more complicated than buying clothes, just because of the nature of what makeup is. Please remember to give me a little thumbs up if you really liked the video. As always, feel free to put any questions you have in the comments below, and you can hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on if you want to keep up to date with everything Jessica Blaise. And until next time. I got through a lot of that video without making any camp jokes. That doesn't sound like me at all. Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah.
Can't look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because